Jesus. Well, that's a great way to start it. Just drop my fucking notepad. I already swore 5 seconds in. That's fun. It's fun. Hello, everybody. So it's been a second, and I wanted to do some kind of update, and let it be a little lengthy. This is just me. Just to let everybody know, I'm not dead. I'm still here, but there's been just a kind of a hiccup. There was a mishap with our interface, to which I use my everything, all of our recording goes through, and I was able to kind of jerry-rig it a little bit, so it's still working, but I cannot hear myself. So, if this just cut, I'm sure I might have to record portions of it again, so it might be kind of choppy. Hopefully, it doesn't, and it's just perfect, But yeah. So this is gonna be our 12th. If we want to consider an episode, I'm gonna consider it an episode. But it's July 12th, 2023. I'm gonna start dating these, make it a little easier. And I just want to make sure give out what's been happening. So, well, I already covered the one with the interface, and which it's kind of sucks because I swear to God, I got a coverage on all of my equipment, and just in this case of we dropped it and it's broken now. Could take it in, and it can either be fixed or it can be covered, and we may either get a new one or we just get it fixed, but it's free of charge, because I got the coverage for it. Turns out I only got coverage for the mics, like a dummy, and the interface, nothing. So I try to fix it myself because it's not alien to me to solder electricals and or in the innards of a computer. I've done that before. I'm not at all gonna say I'm good at it, but I'm confident if I can try. I try to open this thing up, and this thing's like a lockbox. So, it is. What is it? It is a Sterling. It's a Sterling Harmony H224. That's our interface. And but the one good thing about it being a lockbox is it's sturdy. But when you drop it, I didn't drop it. But when it gets dropped, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. But when it gets dropped or it fell, whatever, I'm not going to blame anybody because it was a complete accident. But it fell, and it had our headphones plugged into it, and it just fell right on that headphone cord and shot the jack right up inside of it. So it broke it right off the chip that's in it. So, and I tried to open it up, and yeah, I'm not that good at that. I can open it up, but if I have to tear the entire thing apart, and it's got like little screens on it and lights, and I'm not going to touch that because I know I'll screw something up. So I'm just going to leave it for now. It still records, but I can't hear myself. So I'm glad it still records because it wasn't just the headphone jack that got knocked out, a couple other parts. So that kind of made me worried, but that's kind of what's been happening. So I've been kind of hesitant with, coming back into this with a possibly messed up interface. But I'm going to try. So hopefully this has no different sound. Hopefully, I'm not even gonna say hopefully. I'm gonna re-listen to this and I'm gonna double check. I'm not just gonna release this willy nilly. But I wanted to just cover a couple things. I gotta get this interface fixed. Fairly soon here, we're going to be redoing the Luke room, and then once it's redone, I'm gonna be introducing a video, so you can see our beautiful faces, because half of this is facial expressions. It's not all audio. Even though everything I listen to, I rarely watch it because I listen to it while I'm working, so I don't watch it. I just listen. I just listen to the audio portion. But I know majority likes video, and that's where a lot of the good stuff comes from, because a lot of it's not even audio based. It's just looking at somebody, and it just That's what makes it better. It makes it feel like you're more there. You're there, and when you're listening, it makes you feel like you're actually part of the conversation. And I want to include that. I want to have that a thing. So that is a very big priority in this for me. Um, but I also wanted to address that. You know, I worry about this podcast I got started. I worry about it in the sense that I'm not I haven't put time for this specifically on a day. It's kind of willy-nilly everywhere. And I'm already this is going to be the 12th episode in, and it's still like that cuz this kind of like a little over 10 days like kind of, you know, hiatus. It's just I had a little bit time to think and not think about what I'm going to be talking about. I had time to think, is this going in the direction I want it to go? And I know I'm not going to get traction quickly, super quickly. So I don't really care about that. I see a few of you guys listen. That makes me happy because somebody's listening. I'm like, wow, somebody actually want to listen to me. Somebody wants to listen to me talk. Holy crap, that's crazy. And just the guys that listen to me, you know, you matter to me because you're choosing to listen to me and my wife talking about whatever we're talking about, and that's awesome. I never, even when I was little, I never even imagined something like that, and it's just crazy to me that I've started this, and there is people listening to me, and you matter to me. You're not nothing, and I want to make something more stable. And you know when stuff's coming out. You know when stuff's coming out, and you know when to expect it. And that also comes on my part, of course. So, because my problem has been, I've been just trying to record when I can. And when I got a bunch of other stuff to do, this kind of loses its place. And that's the problem. So, this little hiatus gave me the ability to realize that. And I'm going to try to, while better myself in this that I've started. And I'm going to be more dedicated to the days that I'm going to be releasing these. I have not figured out what day it's going to be, but once I have a specific days that I'm going to be recording, the following day is when it's going to come out. And as soon as I got that scheduled up, I'll let you guys know. I this is a promise that is coming. So you guys will be able to know exactly when things come out on the day every week. And it might kind of, because I expected to try to I wanted to pump shit out. I wanted to pump this thing out like it's nuts. Because I have so much I can talk about. And I was like, oh, I can just each day another one, another one, another one, another one. Because I listen to things. I listen to other podcasts a lot. I listen to a lot of podcasts because that's what I listen to for 8 hours a day while I'm working my day job, and that's how I get through my day. So I can listen to a bunch of episodes of a bunch of different podcasts all the time, and including mine, because I like to hear how we're sounding and I like to put myself in your guys' shoes, and or your ears, and see how we sound to you, not just me recording and me listening to it while I'm editing it. But then going next day, fresh mind, and I listen to it again while I'm working. I'm like, okay, that's what I can change. Oh, okay, that's what I need to address. Um, but during this hiatus, I've noticed that, I'm like, okay, I'm not being as responsible as I should be when it comes to scheduling this, and I really hope I'm not too quiet. This will suck if I am. This I've covered a lot. Ah, jeez. I really hope I'm not too quiet. You know what? I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna check this out just for you guys' sake, and then this will just be a moment. All right. On the most part, sounds good. All right. I just want to check that. But yeah. So I wanted to address that. About what I thought about during this moment, and how, okay, you know, in these first 10 episodes, give or take. I got so much information in my head that it comes out kind of mismatched and weird, because I've noticed a lot of times I say like certain things and it's like, oh wait, that's not right. I'll re-listen, like, hey, that's not right. That's actually for this. But it's before I even get things like, hey, that's wrong and stuff, and like, don't take what I say as please. This entire thing, me and my wife, we'll try to keep ourselves in line as much as we can, and not in line, but whatever. You like, we're not gonna just spout random crap without at all looking into it. But I'm gonna use my, here and there, like for specific numbers wise and stuff. I'm looking it up as I go, and we're gonna have to devise a process that makes it more streamlined and clean. But for now, it's just me and my wife. That's it. We don't got anybody else in this. And who knows, year or two down the road, if this turns into something, that'd be amazing. I have so many cool ideas and good ideas. I'm so excited to try to put into this. And it just, but it, the basics I gotta get covered first. Um, and I've already started a new thing, and I'm, instead of trying to think of things off the top of my head, I'm actually jotting them down throughout few days, and then I look into those things I jot down, and I write down information I learn about them, just so I have something to back up what I'm saying, and I'm not just spouting things I may or may not relatively know, because that's kind of, and I can't think of one off the top of my head at the moment, but it's, like when I'm talking about space and stuff, that is completely off the top of my head of somebody that has not went to school for space. I'm gonna say that I've not went to school for anything like that. That is just stuff I have read throughout the years of me being interested in it, and it may come out kind of twisted because it's knowledge that's held in the back of my head, and then I pull it out. I'm like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, oh, this chemical is in this atmosphere of this planet, but it was actually this chemical. Oh, it was this planet and not that planet. Oh, you're confusing. It's just, it's not, it's mismatched, and I'm going to figure out a way to, kind of keep that up, keep that, also, out as much as I can, because if I, it's purely just knowing what I'm going to talk about and looking up, like you looking it up beforehand, kind of refreshing myself. It's because I'm not refreshed on it, so I'm trying to pull it out of memory, and that's when it gets twisted. So, but just don't take things I say as fact, please. Me or my wife, it is purely from our point of views of most things, of most everything's, and even space. Even if I do look up the actual like numbers of stuff and the way I view it, if I view space and things I'm passionate about, cars, space, music, whatever, that's that's my point of view of it. And everybody is everybody is, owner of your own point of view. So don't take what I say as fact at all, or my wife, or whoever I have on here. It's our point of view, and that's, I wanted to make sure this is covered and there's no confusion about that, because I hear me say things, and I'm like, and the next day I'm like, I didn't even realize I said that. Oh, and then I feel like an idiot, So, but that's just me, and that just shows that I got a kind of a scatterbrain a little bit, but it's merely just pulling out information that I have buried because I have a bunch of other information on top of that I used on a daily basis, and it kind of buries everything else that I'm passionate about that I learn on my free time, but then I got to bury it because I have to cover it with all other crap that I not really I'm not passionate about, but I need to know this information. Mostly it's regarding my job, but it's, you know what I mean. It's, you know, if I was in the field of what I am extremely passionate about, that stuff would be front and center. I would be able to, say the exact perfect specification, distance, measurement of everything. I can say that about my job, but I can't say that about that because I have to pile it away in my head so I can have everything else can be front and center. So that's when things get screwy. That is on me. and that is something I will fix because I already have an idea how to fix that too. So, and so that's that. And so what I also want to, kind of change, not really change, but something I've noticed during this time, I've just been able to think about my podcast I'm trying to start and what I'm starting and what I'm putting out. What is this exactly what I've imagined it to be? And to be honest, no, because I already have felt myself. I've already felt me holding myself back on certain things, and I don't want that. I want you guys to know who you're listening to. I'm not gonna get into like just nasty shit that's completely dependent on the sayer's point of view. I'm not gonna get into that because that's not a that's nothing I want to be a part of. At least at the moment, I'm not confident in it, and I don't want that. I don't want that this to become that. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, that's all I'm gonna leave it at that. But I don't want to get into the stuff that makes people angry. But some of the things I say might make people angry. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I don't know what to say. It's it's me. It's my point of view of it. So and most of the time I'm gonna have my wife here, so you're gonna have her point of view. You're gonna have a young father, husband, and a young mother, a young mother and a wife's point of view of whatever we talk about. And that's half the reason I started this. 'Cause I was like, that is a great point of view. That's a great perspective because you're gonna hear us learning. You're gonna hear us growing as parents and as a married couple, which isn't too common anymore. People don't like to. People don't even. They don't have that as a priority anymore. Getting married young, and it's not common. And that's something I'll be addressing is the reason why we did that, the reason why we see it as important, and it's not faith based. It's not. It's purely just a foundation, and that's that's something. It's a structure I want to give my child. But again, this is an empty. I will get into that eventually, but this wasn't even mine. I wasn't even supposed to talk about this here. See, this is why I need this. This is why I need this right here because it tells me, hey, Dylan, you wrote this down. You got to talk about this one. And I still went off track. That's how I keep it interesting, right? All right, but I covered that. I don't want to hold anything back. I don't want to hold myself back because I have things I really want to say that I'm passionate about. But I don't believe I should have to self censor myself. And I know I don't got hundreds and hundreds of people listening to this, so it's not that important. I could really say whatever the hell I wanted to right now, to be honest. But I don't want to because I want you guys to be able to gradually learn who I am and why I see things the way I do. And maybe you might have agreed with me, and maybe you don't. But that's the thing I also appreciate is different points of view because to be honest, the world would be very boring if everybody thought the same way. Think about it. It'd be very boring. There would be nothing interesting. Would be robots. That's what makes things. That's what keeps things interesting. And but not the point of this. Um. Yeah, I did cover that. I wanted to introduce a video soon, and that is going to be because we plan to redo the Luke room. I think I already touched on that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did. Um, but we're going to be redoing the Luke room here soon, and once that gets done, I'm going to introduce video, and yeah, I did. I did already cover that, didn't I? Huh. All right, but yeah, that's going to be a priority. Get this interface fixed. Introduce video, and this is going to actually start to become what I imagined it to be. Um, I do have a interest in having people on, like to pretty much. I don't have a lot of people in my life that I'd interview. I don't. I don't have a lot of people in my inner circle. I would, hey, do you want to come on my podcast and I'll I'll, talk about your life. I want us to talk about you. Who are you? I don't care what you do. I want to know who you are. And as we grow in this and as this progresses, there will be more people that will be introduced in my life, and I hope there will be, because that will pull me out of my introverted ass. And if anybody else is hesitant to talk to anybody, I feel you. And that's the thing I hope to get out of this. I hope to grow out of this, because that'll make me a better person in general. I'll be able to do things easier. I'll be able to talk to people easier. And that starts with communication. And me doing this is gonna you are gonna easily go from episode 1, hearing me speak, episode 1 through 5, hearing how crappy I talk, and then in the future go and listen to episode 100, and you will be able to audibly hear how much better I speak, because I used to not be able to talk in this way by myself. I talk this way by myself to myself, and then I sound like an insane psycho. People look at me, well, what the hell's wrong with that guy? That happens to me at work a lot. I'll just start talking about something that's frustrating me, and people are like, what the? I can see people looking, what the hell is he talking to? And I'm hoping they think I'm talking to somebody on my headset. They say, wow, he's always on the phone. Why the hell is he talking on the phone when he's working? I'm not. I'm just talking to myself. I'm going to lose my mind if I don't. So I'm going to talk to you guys. Yeah, I can vent to you all my frustrations and whatever the hell I'm thinking about. That's the fun of it. But yeah, I wanted to introduce the video soon so you can see my face and see my ugly mug. But I didn't want to hold back, and I wanted to talk more constructive and not destructive, if you know what I mean. Because I've started to kind of lean to the way I don't want to talk about my problems in this, because they're my problems. If they're financial, if they're just where I'm at in life currently, if I don't like it, I don't really want to talk about that. I'd like to just be because that's not myself. That is my problems, which you could say it is myself, but and that's also been my problem. Don't talk about my problems, but I'm gonna address my problem right now. But it's I don't want to bring those up, because even when I think about them, oh my god, it's an avalanche. It's a snowball effect, and it takes me down a dark road, and it's just negative thought after negative thought. I'm never gonna get out of this. That's not gonna get you anywhere, and I've realized that. And that's also a problem I've had. Jeez, don't talk about your problems, and then start talking about your problems. That it's that's a thing that's difficulty when you're at the point in your life where usually, in most cases, average, you're at when you're 30. I'm at when I'm 23. I don't want to party. I don't want to go out after work and go out and hang out with anybody. I want I want to be with my family. I want to have I want to be able to, or I would hope I can afford a place of our own, like an actual place of our own. I don't want to rent an apartment. I don't want to be an apartment. I don't want to rent. I would actually be okay with renting a house if I worked out something with like the owner. If they were planning on selling it in the future, I could like kind of rent to own kind of deal. And I almost had we almost had one of those, and it was gone. But that's something, and I realized, because it's been troubling me for months. It's been troubling me. Like, I don't know how to get out of this. And oh, at this age, I'm actually not even supposed to be there. I can't even rent a car because I'm not 25. But I have a wife, and I have a daughter, and it's and you get the idea. I'm I'm at the point in I'm at the point in life where you're not. It's not common to be at until you're in until you're older, much older than I am currently, and I'm there mentally as well, because there's and I'm getting off topic. I'm getting extremely off topic here, but it's you know, and that was kind of troubling me, and it was hindering my ability to actually focus on this and focus on other big priorities in my life. But I'm I believe I am past it. I believe I'm past it because I was in denial of this. I was in like some weird denial state. But I'm I'm okay. You know what? I'm accepting that. That's just how it is at the moment. Things are hard. Things are hard for everybody right now. They're hard for everybody. So we're just gonna. I don't like using the term because it's been overused, and I hate it. I hate it when it's. But we gotta buckle down. But yeah, that's you can get the idea. But I that's about it. What I want to cover. I am still alive, and there's there's a lot we're planning on doing. A lot we're doing. But I wanted to let you guys know that I haven't just up and left. Don't believe that. I'm never gonna do that. I'm never gonna do that because I actually I like it is very it's very nice the feeling of there is actually somebody listening. It's a nice feeling. It's really that's why I really like this, and I appreciate every single person that listens to this, even if you know me or if you don't. Thank you. I thank you for listening to this because if you're listening this far, you actually care about you want to listen. It's not just coming up on it. You're not just what's this person talking about? Who the hell is this? You know, and that's again this is an update, but this is also kind of a thank you. Thank you for listening to me. It's nuts. Listen to me and my wife, and and what I'm starting here, and hopefully we see this thing grow. Hopefully we get more people. Hopefully you guys grow. You guys become larger, and there's more of you that want to listen, and then I can interact with you guys, and it just I can see a kind of very like where my plans are. I want to take this an interactive community, a community of people that's part of this. I'm not just gonna say things, put it out there, and then never even reach out to you guys that want to listen. I will. That's part of the plan I got going here, and it's just of course we're not there yet. Well, but once we get all these other things done, that's when I'll start building that portion of that as well, because there'll be more of you. Because you build it and they will come. You know, but yeah, I just want to leave it out for that. I want to thank you guys for actually listening. 13 episodes. 13? No, 12. Whoa. 12 episodes. I almost added in the bonus ones. I still don't consider those are just bonuses. But yeah, 12 episodes, and you guys actually are listening. So, again, I appreciate it. And next one's going to be coming out in not a short time from now. So, you're not forgotten. I have not up and left this. We're still going. There's a lot to do.